Hey guys, welcome back to all you die-hard investors, those who are just starting out, and everyone in between. Maybe you're just getting started in the industry. This is the place to be because here every week we take a look at the most important events that have happened in the last 7 days across the crypto world and examine them to make sure that we are informed and up to date. It's good to have you with us this week. As usual, we have our 15 top facts for the week. Number 1. Elon Musk records 140 billion US dollars in losses. Dogecoin fan Elon Musk takes 140 billion plummet. Jeff Bezos and CZ are not far behind. Bloomberg Billionaires Index reports Elon Musk to be the person who lost the most wealth this year. After the tech mogul's riches shed 140 billion US dollars since January, he is currently ranked second on the list of the richest people in the world. First place now belongs to Bernard Arnault, co-founder and CEO of LVMH, that is a French multinational corporation, who is $20 billion richer than Musk. Back in 2021, Musk's net worth was approximately 300 billion, but a sharp decrease in the price of Tesla shares has caused him to lose the majority of his wealth. Report number 2. SHIB has been accepted as payment for Netflix and Spotify subscriptions via an integration. Now Payments crypto payment gateway had a New Year's surprise for SHIB holders. From now on, holders will be able to pay for Netflix and Spotify monthly subscriptions with their favorite meme coin. SHIB holders can also now purchase luxury cars, including the popular car brands Aston Martin, Bentley, Koenigsegg Hypercars, and Karma Automotive. Number 3. The former SEC enforcement attorney suggests that Bitcoin is an unregistered security. We have quite a bit on this today, as you'll see. Former chief of the SEC's Office of Internet Enforcement, John Reed Stark, has taken to Twitter to question Bitcoin's security status. He commented on a thread by Ethereum advocate Evan Van Ness about Bitcoin mining centralization, in which the latter noted that 850 of the last 1,000 blocks produced on the Bitcoin blockchain have been mined by just 5 entities: Antpool, Foundry USA, F2 Pool, via BTC, and Binance. Stark then wrote, "And how is it again that Bitcoin is not a security which requires SEC registration? As previously reported by You Today, the SEC chair Gary Gensler has repeatedly called Bitcoin a commodity, which means that the largest cryptocurrency is not under the regulating agency's purview." On to piece of news number 4. As previously mentioned, Deaton says that the SEC could easily turn on Bitcoin. Things could get nasty. Attorney John Deaton has warned that the US SEC could quickly turn on Bitcoin and label the asset a security. Deaton's comments come after a former SEC enforcement officer recently suggested that Bitcoin is a security that requires SEC registration. Deaton responded to the comment, revealing that other officials within the SEC also believe Bitcoin is an unregistered security. He pointed out that some SEC employees had already argued that Bitcoin was a security in 2015, and the claims could resurface. Deaton has also raised similar concerns regarding Ethereum in the past, noting that the SEC could also label the asset a security following its switch to POS, or a proof of stake system. Number 5. And we are still looking at SEC concerns. The Philippines SEC cautions against unregistered crypto exchanges. On Friday, the Securities and Exchange Commission of the Philippines issued a notice against the use of unlicensed cryptocurrency exchanges. SEC strongly cautioned and recommended the public not interact with unregistered and unregulated cryptocurrency exchanges that are accessible and presumed to be functioning in the Philippines, according to a statement released by the agency. Hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of unsecured creditors were left with little to no recourse in retrieving their money after the collapse of the crypto exchange FTX, prompting the Philippine SEC to issue the advisory. The SEC went on to remind investors that Philippine law mandates company registration before doing business in the country. News item number 6. We're moving on to take a look at the juicy proceedings that have been taking place with regard to FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried. Question: did Sam Bankman-Fried just cash out $684,000? Sam Bankman-Fried, the disgraced founder and former CEO of the bankrupt cryptocurrency exchange FTX, who does not know that name these days, has reportedly cashed out $684,000 worth of crypto assets, despite court restrictions on spendings above $1,000. After Sam Bankman-Fried's $250 million bail last week, the FTX boss apparently sent all the Ether in his public wallet to a new wallet address. Some hours later, $367,000 worth of cryptocurrencies were transferred from 32 addresses owned by Sam Bankman-Fried's trading firm Alameda Research to the same wallet. The address received another $322,000 from other wallets. This brought the assets to roughly a total of $689,000. After a complex change of transfers, the funds were then moved to a Seychelles-based crypto exchange that does not conduct Know Your Customer or KYC activity for users. That sounds suspicious. It is still unclear if Sam Bankman-Fried was truly behind the withdrawals, but it is only a matter of time before US attorneys begin to probe the transactions. Meanwhile, the Bahamas authorities have confiscated $3.5 billion worth of assets belonging to the FTX digital markets, the Bahamian subdivision of the bankrupt crypto exchange, to prevent the funds from vanishing. I must say that sounds wise. According to regulators, the funds will be returned to investors at the court's discretion. Number 7. Now to look at the effects of the FTX contagion. Midas Investments closes down. The cryptocurrency platform Midas Investments disabled deposits and swaps due to severe financial losses caused by Celsius's bankruptcy and the FTX fiasco. In a recent blog post, Midas Investments founder and CEO said the company shut down services on its platform yesterday, that being December the 27th. It disabled customer withdrawals for a few hours to conduct necessary calculations and later allowed users to withdraw their remaining funds with adjusted deductions. Levin revealed that the entity's initial goal was to deduct 48% from clients' balances, but later changed the figure to 55%. We will adjust user balances by balancing remaining liabilities in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and stablecoins with remaining assets, deducting 55% and rewards earned. Sounds like they must have been in quite a lot of trouble. Balances in other digital currencies, including BNB, AVAX, and FTM, will not be impacted. The company will also distribute Midas tokens as compensation to affected customers based on their deducted amount. The company also aims to introduce a new project built on principles of full transparency that will have its own native token. The firm will eventually stop providing liquidity for the Midas token and swap it for the new asset. Well, it makes one wonder how long the FTX shockwaves are going to continue rocking the market. News report number 8. Solana suffers a major setback as development activity plunges. There's been a lot of Solana FUD. The disgraced founder of FTX hyped Solana and its ecosystem frequently for years. The bankrupt exchange held $982 million in Solana, according to its balance sheet. Additionally, Solana is the second largest holding of its sister trading firm, Alameda Research. Zooming out, Solana lost over 95% of its value since its all-time high last November. A crash of this magnitude has shaken even the most resilient investors to the core. But Solana co-founders Anatoly Yakovenko and Raj Gokal view the setbacks as temporary. The two executives recently told Fortune that the events will be crucial for the network in moving forward. That sounds positive. I quote, "I think in the long term, it's really good. We've always heard really negative criticism about FTX's involvement in the ecosystem and that concentration of ownership stake. So it feels like ripping the band-aid." So essentially they're saying that this is an important step in going forward. It's going to ultimately benefit the network. News report number 9. Now, this is interesting in light of what we just read. The Bitmain founder-backed asset manager is going to delist Solana. Adding to its woes, crypto asset management company Matrix Port is reportedly gearing up to delist Solana and Solana U dual currency investment products on December the 30th. Interestingly, Matrix Port is founded by Jihan Hu, who happens to be the co-founder of Bitcoin mining hardware giant Bitmain. According to the reports, the company now has intentions to roll out new Solana products in the near future. Despite facing significant competition from Ethereum Layer 2 solutions, Solana has managed to amass a fair share of activity on its network, basking on the premise of faster and low-cost transactions. Number 10. This brings us to an interesting discussion about Cardano. Cardano was the number 1 blockchain in 2022 by development activity, says Sentiment. On Thursday, crypto analytics startup Sentiment, which provides tools that make powerful on-chain social and financial analysis acceptable to anyone, commented on the 2022 development activity of the major blockchains. Throughout, some extremely harsh critics of Cardano, the most infamous of which is Mike Alfred, who is founding board member and first seed investor at Eaglebrooks Advisors, have essentially called it a ghost chain, claiming that nobody uses it. However, yesterday Sentiment said in a blog post that Cardano was the strongest blockchain by its developer activity metric. Here is how Sentiment defines and explains this metric. I quote, "The development activity of a project is done in its public GitHub repositories. The work done in private repositories is hidden from the public and cannot be tracked. In crypto, a lot of the work is done in public repositories, so this metric is available for many projects. A developer's time is a relatively expensive resource, especially in crypto. So high development activity implies that the project is serious about its business proposition, the project will likely ship new features in the future, and it's less likely that the project is just an exit scam. Simply put, development activity can be used to gauge a project's commitment to creating a working product and continuously polishing and upgrading its features." Forward march onto number 11. Turkey's central bank commences its first CBDC pilot test. Central bank digital currencies, known as CBDC, are central bank-issued digital tokens that function similarly to cryptocurrencies. They correspond in value to the national fiat currency of the nation. CBDCs are the subject of much research and development, with several nations having already adopted them. And we've looked at a number of these in the last few weeks. On Thursday, the Turkish central bank stated that the first payment transactions utilizing the digital Turkish lira network have been performed successfully. This was as part of the first round of testing. The Turkish CBDC's limited closed-circuit pilot tests will continue throughout the first 3 months of 2023, according to the central bank's announcement. The Turkish central bank also said that for all of 2023, research into the economic and legal framework of the digital Turkish lira, as well as its technical needs, would be prioritized. Moreover, other nations with the intention of adopting digital currency supported by the central banks include Kazakhstan, Japan, Indonesia, and India. Number 12. China is reportedly launching a NEFT marketplace under government oversight. For the better part of 2 years, NEFTs have been widely used by Chinese traders, but maybe not in the same manner as elsewhere. In China, NEFTs are called digital collectibles instead of NEFTs and cannot be bought with cryptocurrencies due to local regulations. China was among the pioneering countries to embrace this new sector. At the time, most people across the globe understood virtually little about the crypto world. China has decided to completely outlaw cryptocurrencies, since it seems like every nation is pushing into the industry at the same time. Evidently, the country demolished major Bitcoin mining firms and put a comprehensive ban on the industry. However, opinions on the metaverse and NEFTs were divided throughout the nation. Zhejiang province in China has recently declared its intent to establish a metaverse economy. By 2025, the industry's value is predicted to exceed $28.7 billion. One Chinese news outlet claims that on January the 1st, 2023, that would be yesterday, China would introduce its first NEFT platform under government oversight. In addition, digital asset copyrights may be traded on the new NEFT platform under regulatory oversight. It could be very interesting seeing where this goes, seeing as China has turned its back on its own baby and now maybe the people want the baby back. What are they going to do about that now? News item number 13. Binance Peg BUSD is now available on Justin Sun's Tron network. Top crypto exchange Binance has recently announced that the integration of Binance Peg BUSD on the Tron network has been successfully executed. The Tron network is currently accepting both deposits and withdrawals for the Binance Peg BUSD trading pair. Customers now have access to the BUSD stablecoin, which can be used on the BNB Chain, Avalanche, Polygon, and Tron networks. Number 14. Binance confirms integration of Apple Pay and Google Pay. The leading cryptocurrency exchange in the world, Binance, stated on December the 29th that its users can now purchase cryptocurrencies using both Apple Pay and Google Pay. Following the collaborations and expansion plans with the two renowned platforms, which are two of the most frequently utilized payment methods worldwide, it will be much simpler for Binance users to purchase and sell cryptocurrency. This action is also expected to increase cryptocurrency usage during the current bear market, as these popular mobile wallets offer the chance for a sizable user base. I think that's a wise move on their part. How about you? And last but not least for this week, number 15. We have to end off with a little bit of hacking. Privacy of 100,000 crypto traders has been compromised, as trading bot firm confirms hack after warning from Changpeng Zhao. Crypto trading bot 3 is confirming allegations that its platform has been compromised and user data was leaked. 3 CEO Yuri Sorokin affirmed the security breach, saying that API, application program interface keys, had been stolen after the chief executive of Binance, Changpeng Zhao, warned investors about the situation. We saw the hacker's message and can confirm that the data in the files is true. As an immediate action, we have asked that Binance, KuCoin, and other supported exchanges revoke all the keys that were connected to 3 Last week, on-chain researcher Zach XVT says he received a message from an anonymous Twitter user who claims to have over 100,000 API keys of 3 users. In November, claims on social media were circulating that the firm's employees were stealing the API keys. Sorokin goes on to address the allegations that the employees are behind the leak. He says, "We did everything that we could to investigate an inside job, as it was always a possible scenario and on our watch list. But proof of an inside job was not found. Only a small number of technical employees had access to the infrastructure, and we have taken action since November the 19th to remove their access." He says that the firm is now implementing new security measures and is launching a full investigation involving law enforcement. Alright guys, that is it for this week. Actually, I lied. That's not quite it. We have one more piece of very exciting information to share with you, but I'm only going to do that once you've subscribed. Go ahead, you can subscribe. You know that you want to stay up to date on the latest crypto news. You know that you want to be fully equipped to do more investing and less gambling. So just click the button down there. Easy as anything. I'm waiting here. And I promise the news I'm going to share is exciting. All right, thank you. Here it is. The lead SHIB developer, Shytoshi, will no longer remain invisible. Does he plan to reveal himself? Shytoshi Kusama, a lead developer of the Shiba Inu project, may reveal himself by the end of the year. That was last year. He hasn't done it yet. He probably will soon. Let's look at this. Shytoshi Kusama sent this tweet. "I was talking to my mentor," he said this earlier last year, I was talking to my mentor, and we both agree that by the end of the year, when the chess pieces begin to slide, it will become impossible for me to remain invisible. You don't just align and disrupt an industry and stay invisible. And then the real fun begins. Well, if that's not exciting, folks, I don't know what is. Let's keep an eye on it. Now, that really is all for this week. I hope to be seeing you again next. Keep well and stay safe in the new year.